Hello, friends, and welcome back or welcome to my channel. I've been, I had a few days ago, I had this download that I wanted to talk about, and then both times, both attempts, it went somewhere else. And I think it's very important that that somewhere else is also filling in the space because it's an important piece of the whole puzzle. So I'm going to try again today. So, what I really wanted to talk about is that when we learn to be loving towards ourselves. And that's why I have tons of videos. You can watch my playlist. And the last 2 days was kind of narrowing it down a little bit about how to, which is very, very important because I see it all the time that even people who think they're being loving to themselves, it's happening in the mind. It's not really taking it down to the felt sense so that the parts that are not feeling loved, consciously or not, that they can start softening. So it's a very felt sense somatic experience when you love yourself. Although it may start in the mind 100% because that's all we really have access to until we start moving into our body and in our soul and in our beingness, our energies. So when you choose to love yourself, there is something inside of you that you access that you were not doing before. But this love that you are now gonna have access to love the parts of yourself that you and I and all of us have been excluding from this love inside that is always there and that is not separate from who we are, except as an idea or a belief or a thought or an action. So when I suggest that you take a deep breath, start feeling into whatever part you notice inside that is tense, that is tight, that is unhappy, um, judging yourself, all that energy. So when I ask you to really feel into that, and that was what one of the videos was about, so you know exactly how you can do that, but it takes practice. But when you do, how do you do it? It's like, do you pull out some love out of the air? Do you find it in your cabinet, in your kitchen? Where? How do you do that when you decide to love some part of yourself? And this is a little inquiry for you to just notice, like, how do you do that? If you feel a part of you that's unloved by you or by others, and usually when others don't love us, we have a tendency to replicate that and also not love ourselves, right? That's how we learn to not love ourselves because it was not mirrored back to us, so we don't even know what it means. And yet, when the suggestion or the invitation is there to try and meet a part of you that has not been included in your love, so just try it right now and then notice, how do you do that? A moment ago, this part was like this. And then you go, oh, okay, so here Pernilla is suggesting to maybe just hold this part that's not being loved so that it can start to soften, right? So, how do you do this part? What do you access in yourself? And this may sound a little strange the way I'm presenting it. And I have never talked about it because it was just something that became very clear several days ago. How do you do that? just check it out, right? Here's this part, whatever it is, that's like, and then you go and bring a different energy to that, that is allowing, it's loving, it's caring. And when you do that, you will feel something inside of you, right? It's like you open yourself up to something that is already there. You didn't, like I say, you didn't have to grab it out of your kitchen or go to the health food store and buy, a pound of self-love. You just made yourself available for that because you choose to. And that's something we do with the mind. That's why the mind can be very helpful, because it's also the mind that says, no, I'm not going to love you. So it is first a choice we make in the mind. But then once we make that choice, how do you suddenly have access to it when you were not doing it a moment before? So here's the invitation to just, when you do that, how do you do that? You choose to do it, and where do you go in your body, or where does your body gets activated when you choose to connect with that love that you want to bring to this part that doesn't feel loved? If you can feel that, when I do it consciously with you now, I just definitely feel something warm here, something expanding, something soft, yummy, makes me smile a little bit, makes me soften. So I access something that is already here. So it may sound strange, but it's actually really important that you understand that you already you already have access to that love for yourself, but you were denying yourself that love. And also to realize that, my friends, you are that love. You are not separate from it. We experience ourselves as being separate from it when we deny it to ourselves, to parts of ourselves, usually to all of ourselves. So when you just make a little switcheroo in your mind and say, you know what? I want to see what happens when I bring some love to this part of me that I really don't like about myself. That's a big thing, right? It's like you would really you make a total shift and say, okay, so how do I do that? And my suggestion often is to just first allow it, because we have been resisting it, right? We've been going this and say, okay, I'm going to allow it now. And just by us allowing it, I see this all the time with my clients, right? When we suddenly allow something that's already there, but we have been resisting, there's like, oh, deep breath. Oh, that feels good. I could take a deeper breath. Oh, okay. So let's stay with that deeper breath, because the deeper breath is a softening of a breath that was tight, a belly that was tight. So now we're just like, oh, that feels good. Then I want to invite you to start feeling into that part that can take a little bit of a deeper breath now, that can expand a little bit, that can relax a little bit. So you also put your attention on that inside of you that is now available to go to the parts that have been denied this love, this energy. And then this love, when you start connecting with it, then there will also be a natural movement to find out, like, what's going on with this poor little part of me? Like, my goodness, look what I've been doing to you. I'm so sorry. So there will be a natural, and you may need to learn this. That's why if you need to, and you have a hard time with it, feel free to reach out. This is my thing as a self-love mentor, right? But then you go, oh, and then you actually start listening to this part. And then there's going to be a lot of emotions in there. Could be anger, sadness, grief, fear, anything. But then we're in that place where we allow that, and then we can really start bringing that love to that. So that's what I've always talked about if you've listened to my self-love videos. But today I want to bring it back to here. What is it in you that is doing this love thing? So I want to invite you to feel in your body what happens when you let yourself be present in a loving, kind way with a part of you that is unhappy, squashed. Can you get in touch with it? Can you feel that part, that there is something in you that now starts flowing to this contraction because you are directing your energy? This is an intention, right? And what is it? Where attention goes, that's where energy flows, that's where blood flows. So if we put our intention in bringing love to this unloved part, we're bringing an intention, and in that an energy starts moving. Where before your intention was, consciously or not, no, I'm not going to. Intention is to no, you can't have love, right? It's still our intention. But now when we change our intention, it's going to be much more soft and flowing and beautiful. So now go back again and feel when you set that intention, I want to love it, and notice what happens in you. Can you feel the love in your body? Not up here. It's fine if you feel it up here too, but can you actually feel something shifting in your body? A warmth, an energy, softening. Can you feel that? Because if you can, and it may take a little time, we're all learning this. This is not something most people learn overnight. I certainly didn't. But when you start feeling it, you go, oh. So whether you bring it here or not, and I suggest you do, of course, but if you can stay with this part that feels good, I can take a deeper breath. I feel a little warmth there. Now put your attention and your intention to be curious about, what is this? I normally don't put my attention there. What is this? So now you have, you've learned some of the self-love and how I share that, how I teach that. Allow, listen, love. Many of my videos are about that. Now just leave that for now. Don't close up again. But now you start getting curious of this, what's happening inside of you. And it's going to feel good. When you're in touch with it, you're going to love it because it feels so good. You suddenly start feeling that you're expanding. And if you bump up against something you don't like, you have a choice. You can put your intention to let it expand into the density or not. And of course, I suggest that you do, but that's a choice. But what's really important, what I want to convey today, is that you start becoming aware of this energy inside of you and really spend some time there with a curiosity. It's like, oh, that feels really good. So you let yourself lean into that a little bit. So you can just it's like a bathtub of something that's really warm and delicious. You just kind of lean into that feeling with an open curiosity to find out, what is this? What is this? You will start realizing that this, what we right now call this love, is you. That is who you are. Can you feel something when you go there, when you let yourself rest into that? Because this is you. You don't need to put a label on it, a name. It's an experience. It may be a nameless experience, or there might be something coming with that that's coming from inside, not from here. So I really want to invite you today to go here. Try this thing about, loving a part of yourself. Notice where this love is coming from. When you set the intention to bring love to an unloved part, how do you do that? Where do you go to bring love to a part you have denied love? The thing is, you did both. I did both. We all did both. But now that we have more awareness around it, we have a different choice. And in that choice to bring love to that, don't miss the most important thing about this. And that is to really feel into what it is that loves, that flows as a good feeling. This is where we go for love. When we allow it, when we don't get in the way and block it or deny it to ourselves. The love is always there because, shall I say it again? This is who you are, or this is what you are, because it's not a personal thing. This is what you are, and we rarely spend any time there. Today, there's an invitation to spend time and get to know what it is in you that flows when you put your intention to allowing it to flow. And then please report back if you want. Write in the comments what you experience with that. Or maybe you're having problems or challenges with it in the beginning. That's totally okay. That's totally normal. Then you can always reach out for support. You can set up a time with me for a self-discovery session if you want to. Yeah, this is really what's at the core, what we're all looking for. And we don't need to look for it out there because we are that. We are that. And the more we spend time consciously being that, by being curious around what is this energy, and you literally let yourself sit there with an open curiosity, with an intention to learn, to find out, to receive it, because you can't force it or make it happen, but you can open up. It's like in a prayer. What is this? You have to find out for yourself, of course, in your own experience, that this is who and what you are. But the more you take time to hang out there, the more you will start realizing the truth of that. And that this, what you feel in here, that is what you want. This is the longing. This is why more and more of us are very drawn in to be with ourselves, to be with this part of ourselves, because we can start feeling it in a way we didn't used to, because we were so contracted that all our energy was in denying ourselves this. But now we can try another way. So maybe I'll talk some more about that. It's like really allowing this to start filling you up, living your life. See if it resonates, my friends. And I hope to hear from you. Please comment below and also like and share and subscribe if you enjoy my channel. Have a beautiful day.